Hello, today we're doing front brake pads on an Audi A4 2003 model. The job is actually very similar on A3s and other models around this age as well. Right, the first thing to do is to pop off these two caps and then undo the two caliper slides. Right, using a 7mm Allen key, we undo the two caliper slide bolts. And then the bottom one. Remove both caliper pins. If at all dirty, clean before refitting. And we remove the caliper securing spring. Now remove the caliper. Just use a screwdriver as a lever. It can be a bit tight, and wiggle it off. It will come with the inner brake pad still attached to the piston by a spring, and the outer pad can just be removed from the caliper carrier. Remove the brake sense wiring. This is there to illuminate the light on the dashboard when your brake pads have worn down. Then you can remove the inner pad from the caliper, which will just pull out. It's got a big spring clip that holds it in. Clean the caliper carrier slides up very thoroughly with a wire brush to enable the pads to sit in there smoothly without jamming. Clean them up with a bit of brake cleaner. That's then ready for the new pads. We use a wind back tool from rear brake pads to push the piston back in, but there's many larger pliers and different tools that can be used to do it. All that's essential is that it is pushed back in evenly. Job done. We can now install the inner brake pad into the caliper. There's 3 springs on the back of it. Try engaging 2 and then pushing the 3rd one in with your finger. Job done. The outer pad can now be slid in place, making sure it's seated nicely against the brake disc. Refit the brake pad sense wire into the holder, slot it in, turn it 90 degrees, the little peg will click and engage, and then put the plug back on. You should hear a click as it engages. Now return the caliper back onto the caliper carrier, ensuring that that inner brake pad slots in the grooves nicely. Refit the 2 caliper securing pins, making sure the threads engage nicely. You may have to push the caliper in a bit firmer to ensure that they are catching in the threads. It's good to start it by hand. You'll soon feel then if you're cross-threading rather than damage the threads. Once wound in by hand, fully tighten, but not over tighten, and then return the two caps. Double check that they are both tight. This is the brakes at the end of the day. Refit the securing spring. That's it. That's it. Once you get the knack, actually, making sure they're fully engaged.